So to prepare, I mean, I had a flask, intellect flask, food buff. Then just made sure I had everything, ready to go. Soul stones in case I get low. You'll notice I put the portal there. That actually goes to a corner that's kind of to the back right of me, and I also have my personal portal there too. Basically, you have to dodge the
Five,
chaos bolts,
four,
or
three,
else you're
two,
pretty much it's gonna be
one.
one shot, unless you can absorb with like dark bargain or your shadow bubble, whatever it's called. Um, First, what he does here is just kind of stands there for I don't know 20 seconds or so. I got him down to about 91% here, um, and then you'll see him casting the summon pit lord. And you want to make sure you get this guy right away. Um, and it's nice to have the glyph too. I was glyphed for that, and it reduces the enslaved demon cast time by half. So it's only 1.5 seconds. So the pit lord can't even charge you. So back on the boss, basically he'll cast a ton of afflictions and curses on you, and the two biggest ones are going to be Chaos Bolt, which you have to dodge or absorb with all of your damage reduction spells. The other one's going to be Cataclysm, which you'll see here in a second. But basically, the Pit Lord has a few different moves. He has a charge. He has a frontal AoE right there, that green breath. And then you can steal health from him if you're low. Um, but basically, you want to make sure you stand in the breath of your Pit Lord, because that will remove any curses or dots that you have from the boss. So after he spawns the Pit Lord and you burn him down a little bit, the second phase would be the Fire Imps. I think there's about 30 of them, maybe 40, I can't remember. But anyway, just make sure you have some Embers and Fire and Brimstone and burn them down. They shouldn't do too much damage as long as you... I Shadow Fury'd there to stun them for a little bit. So they die. You make sure you remove your curses by the breath of the Pit Lord. And then you'll notice here I'm just, kind of burning them down. So that's Cataclysm right there. Everything goes green, and it's like a 6-second cast, and if he gets that off, he throws you in the air really, really high. And I believe it'll kill you no matter what, but I can't remember. So here, the next phase is going to be he summons FelHunters, which actually will disrupt your enslaved demon spell. So it'll actually cancel your enslaved demon and then he starts to run at you, and then the fight's pretty much over after that, because when you try to enslave the Pit Lord again, the FelHunters will cancel that enslave again. So it's just a repeating process, and I never really was successful if the channel went out. So there's a Chaos Bolt. It's about a 6-second cast, and there's my personal portal. Went over there and line of sighted him. And he'll be rain of firing and throwing dots and everything on you, so you're gonna have to constantly use your spells. So the way, and you'll see there another Cataclysm, I stopped that by the Pit Lord's charge. You actually get a few different spells on there. I think I mentioned that earlier, but you want to save charge for Cataclysm, because you have to stop that cast. So don't waste it on anything else. So he spawns the Demon Lord, I forget his name, that guy right there. All you really have to do is banish that guy, and it's not really a problem later. It's a 30, I think banish is 30 seconds, so just make sure every 30 seconds or so you have a backup on him. So there, just dodged another Chaos Bolt. So I did something kind of stupid here. I tried to, the boss goes in the middle for his Cataclysm phase, and I tried to refresh Banish on that Demon Lord, which actually canceled it for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe that spell cancels if you cast it on already banished NPC. But anyway, just a quick banish again. And then the boss basically repeats the process. So he'll summon Fel Imps, 30 or 40 more of those. And basically my strategy here was kind of get the Fel or the Pit Lord to breathe on them to gain aggro, and then I would stun them and soul shatter, so my threat would be 90% reduced. And then I would just burn them down with, you know, Rain of Fire or Fire and Brimstone. I kind of messed it up there. I didn't really have a great AoE on the imps until the end there. But and then you'll notice the Demon Lord had to be refreshed on his banish. I just charged there with the Pit Lord, and when you charge, you actually get 100% damage increase, I believe, but it's only for 3 or 4 seconds. So try to save some Chaos Bolts right after the charge. And what was helpful too is when you charge, right before you're going to charge, start casting Chaos Bolt. By the time the charge ends, you get the Chaos Bolt off, and then you can actually get another one, so you can get 2. Some other attempts I was able to hit for, you know, over 1 million in only 512 gear, so it's a nice damage boost. Once you kill him, all you do is right click and it goes through this whole kind of cool process of getting your Fel Flames, your green flames. Something else too kind of important is earlier he spawned the Fel Imps kind of at the end there, so if my DPS wasn't where it was and he actually got to the next phase, it would be the FelHunters again. So you have to really make sure you either DPS him down or realize when he's going to cast that, and then move your Pit Lord over back to that behind the rock over there, so they can't cancel your enslaved demon. And but I mean, 512 gear, I think I was doing 120k the whole time, and that's AoE and single target and all that. So it's not too bad. It took me about 15 attempts. Just try to get some gear from LFR and you know, attempt it. But good luck.